The European Union has unveiled plans to set aside more than $550 million to help boost ammunition production in the bloc. This is all in a bid to help Ukraine, as well as the EU, to replenish its stocks. EU will be subsidising European defence companies for investments to increase production of ammunition as well as missiles. The EU's Internal Market Commissioner says that he hoped the proposal would become law by the end of next month. The plan still needs approval, though, from EU governments as well as the European Parliament to become reality. Artillery ammunition has become an urgent need in light of the large volumes that are being used every day by both Russia as well as Ukraine.
The point is for us to make sure that we can increase the capacity of production of this ammunition, because, to be very honest, because of this war, because of the fact that this is a high-intensity war that probably no one forecasted, it's true that, how should I phrase it, we are lacking of this kind of munition to support Ukraine, but everywhere, not only in Europe.
For more, Shelby Wilder joins us live. She's in Kyiv. Shelby, the ammunition situation in Ukraine, it has been a challenge for a while. Could the EU's latest pledge come in time to help bridge the gap that Ukraine has faced?
Yes, well, Ukraine has long called for additional support, and this now would be boosting the production of artillery shells to 1 million per year. We know that this plan would also replenish the stockpiles of EU member countries. And Ukraine's military has been burning through ammunition. I mean, thousands of rounds of artillery shells per day. An example of that is in the Battle of Bakhmut, which has been raging in the Donetsk region in the east of Ukraine. And Ukrainian officials have long complained about this procedure in regards to receiving replenishing of stockpiles being slowed because of internal debates in the EU. And we heard today the Commissioner for the EU Internal Market, Terry Breton, say that, quote, "When it comes to defense, our industries must now switch to war economy mode," end quote. But as Ukraine is now about to launch its highly anticipated spring counter-offensive, it really just shows that the Ukrainians will be welcoming this news as they await new stockpiles of ammunition to be used in this conflict.
Meanwhile, Shelby, we've had reports on saboteurs being arrested for planning attacks in Crimea as well as targeting political leaders. What does this tell us about Ukraine's highly anticipated counteroffensive that's expected to happen sometime soon?
Well, there has been an increase in strikes from both sides, Russia and Ukraine, just over the last few days. I mean, this morning, Russia tried to launch another widespread drone strike across Ukraine. This was the third attempted failed attack by Russia on Kyiv within 6 days. Now, Ukraine's air defense did manage to shoot down those incoming drones, but the remaining Iranian-made Shaheds did hit a fuel depot and also infrastructure in the center and east of Ukraine. And separately today, we have reports that there was an explosion at a Russian fuel depot near the Crimean Bridge, and that was believed to be carried out by Ukrainian forces. And that was a second attempted strike by Ukrainian forces on fuel depots in Crimea in just the last few days. And the breaking news we have been following just within the last hour is that the Kremlin has claimed that there was an attempted assassination by Ukraine using drones on Russian President Vladimir Putin. Now, this is a breaking story. We do not have any official comments from the Ukrainians on this, but apparently in the early hours of this morning, 2 drones were launched by Ukraine on the Kremlin. Russian air defense did manage to take down those drones, but it really just shows you this increase of attacks now as the Ukrainians are preparing to launch this full-scale counteroffensive at any point now.
Shelby, thank you for that update. Shelby Wilder there speaking to us live from Kyiv.